Hi Aries, how are we today? I'm just doing our weekly reading. This week we are doing the next 3 months. Look ahead for career and finances. Okay, so bear with me, guys. I have only just sort of gotten my voice back after New Year's. I did lose it for a day or two here, so I'm still sort of playing catch up with my own voice. So I'm sounding very, very husky today. So yay for you, Aries. But I'll try to, see how we go. But please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. But this week I do have a few decks we're using. We have the Soul's Journey lesson cards. We're going to be getting an overview for each month with those. When we're looking at career, I do have the Magpie Lenormand, and then for finances, we do have the Dreaming Lenormand. Okay, so we'll get sort of straight on into it for you. Okay, Aries. Aries, what's going on for Aries? Career and finances. January, February, and March. Career and finances for our Aries. Okay. Looking good just from those overviews, Aries. For January, we do have the success card coming through there. So I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Okay, so loving what you do, loving the fact that you've got money in your wallet, all that sort of stuff, loving the fact that we got through Christmas and we finally got through 2023. There's a lot to love about that. You know, we've made it this far, so some sort of success instantaneously just for that there, but we'll have a look at a little bit deeper at what that's all about. Okay, career. What's going on for Aries with career during January? Okay. Just 1 second, Aries. Sorry, Aries. I do have my child with me, so need to still be making sure he is attended to, so I'm doing some weird pauses here and there, but we'll have a look at the financial cards as well, and then we'll go through January for you, Aries. Okay, Aries, finances for January. Once again, the energy is looking pretty good here, Aries. For your career, we do start off with the fish here. So we are sort of starting with abundance and a wealth of, maybe for some of you, a wealth of career options, I'm kind of feeling. But, with that success being the overview there, a wealth of success, I would dare say, a successful opportunities within your career, job, that kind of stuff, regardless of what sort of career you're in, whether you are owning your own business or, just working for somebody else or whatever it is that you do, we do see an abundance of positivity around you, success around you. This does talk about financial gain as well. So there's definitely the opportunity to be making extra money. So if you're someone who needs to, think about things like picking up extra shifts or doing overtime, all that sort of stuff, the opportunity for that abundance financially is definitely there for you as well. We are just seeing that there may be the need to put in a little bit of hard work during January. We do have the mountain coming through there, which is all about, hard work. It can be delays and challenges to overcome, but I am just feeling that for you, Aries, this does feel like it is more along the lines of, just persevering, that determination, putting in the hard work to climb any obstacles in your path, and really focusing on what's on the other side of that mountain, which is always those, achievement and opportunities. Once you're at the top of that mountain, you can sort of see your way clear for miles. So I feel like this is all about just putting in that hard work during January, maybe working quite a fair bit during January, that sort of a thing. there may definitely be some sort of delay or challenge coming up in January for you as well, related to your career. And we are sort of seeing the sun coming through after that as well. So that is yet to be revealed, that delay or challenge that you may be facing. But once again, you're putting in that hard work, you're putting in that perseverance, you're determined to get through any delays or obstacles, and that turns that sun into happiness rather than just revelations of these challenges or delays. So it's definitely looking ultimately pretty positive here for you, Aries. Like I said, it does just look like putting in some extra work, or the being revealed to you that you do need to persevere with this, and be very determined to keep striving to climb higher and higher within your career. The mountains are never there. If we always took the easy way out, we would never gain this success. So it's really giving you this opportunity for success. There may just be a little bit of a climb to fully get to that and realize, fully come to the realization of success and abundance for yourself within your career. All right, but ultimately happiness, that sun really is just that warmth and happiness as well. So definitely a lot of positive energy for your career during January. With your finances, we do start off with the lily, which is very interesting because it has come out with two of the non-moving energies. Okay, so we do have the anchor followed by the house. Okay, so these are both very sort of stable energies, but not much movement. So maybe for some of you, that's why we are seeing a bit of a challenge career-wise, because you may be putting in a lot of hard work, but your financial status is staying very level, and you're not losing any money, but you're not gaining a great deal of money either. So it's just this very, it sometimes can feel a little bit stuck with that anchor there as well, but it's really all about that stability and the endurance of your finances here at this time, the dependability. So you can depend on XYZ, being paid, that sort of thing, especially with the lily there as well. That really just talks about long term. So long term, you really have got some financial stability and security for yourself. It's kind of like that even if a storm were to come out of nowhere, that you could definitely survive that storm, no sort of problem, because with that anchor energy holding you steady, you can sort of sail any rough seas, get through any of those challenges without that actually affecting you financially. It seems to be in the long term, your finances are relatively stable and dependable for you here as well. So once again, no movement either up or down with the finances, which sometimes no news is good news, right? You'd rather hear that it's level than dropping significantly, all right? But in February, Aries, we do see your overview with the health card. All right, so I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul. So really needing to pay attention to your physical health. When it comes to career stuff, I do sometimes see this card coming out as a little bit of a warning to really, really look after your physical body when it comes to your career, like especially if you're doing a sort of heavy labor type of job. If you make sure you're lifting everything correctly and you're bending correctly and all those sorts of things. If you're using equipment, make sure you're using it properly, just to avoid any accident or injury. Sometimes it is a little bit of a warning that there may be some health issues popping up if you don't sort of really pay attention to looking after your health in the first place. Financially speaking, similar thing. It can sort of talk about those unexpected things arising that you are needing to pay for extra medication. I do know that in quite a lot of countries you do have to pay for healthcare and that sort of stuff. So there may be a need to really have that extra little nest egg aside specifically for health related things that may just pop up unawares. I am just sort of feeling that for a lot of you this is something, some sort of health issue that you just have no clue about. It's not really vibing as anything huge or dramatic. It's just like that sort of thing where you're bound to get a cold at some point during the year, and it just feels like February is the month you are, having to take a week off sick because you've got a flu or a cold or something like that. Maybe the dreaded COVID. So it just feels like you maybe making sure that we can compensate for those sorts of unexpected sicknesses and things like that, if they do arise. And also, like I said, being very careful to, prevent, like prevention is better than the cure, right? So the best that you can do at the moment, especially around February, is prevent any health issues being able to arise. So if you are prone to certain health issues, taking your vitamins, making sure you're having those vitamins, having those medications that you do need, and also making sure that you are using equipment correctly, lifting properly, all that sort of stuff as well. Watching out for slips and falls. I am just connecting to an Aries that's working in like food industry, and watching out for, I'm seeing a piece of fried chicken on the floor. Okay, so just watching out for things like that, those sorts of hazards, that something that you might slip on, and those sorts of things. Watching out for that sort of stuff. All right. But we'll get a bit of extra clarity here, Aries. Okay, clarity for Aries for February with career. February career for our Aries. And finances for February for Aries, please. Finances, February for our Aries. Sorry about any background noise. My kid is being super loud today. Okay, so career, that's definitely where we maybe are seeing some. Oh, hang on, I'm seeing it kind of in both. But firstly, here we do have the clouds that have come out with the whip there as well. So it kind of feels like here, Aries, that when it comes to your career, that you may actually be overthinking potential conflicts, creating conflicts out of nothing, because you're overthinking things, you're thinking too much into things. It does seem to be a common Aries trait, this overthinking, but it's to the point of, creating anxiety for yourself here, creating problems where there are none, that kind of thing, because you're coming from clouded judgment, where you're only seeing all the possible potential negative outcomes, and it's kind of like that energy of, when we accidentally manifest negatives, because we're so much expecting the bad thing to happen, that lo and behold, of course it's going to happen, because we've actually been manifesting that. We've been telling ourselves so much that, oh, that bad thing's going to happen, that bad thing's going to happen, that of course it's going to happen when you're putting that much energy into the universe, that it's going to happen. So just be very wary of your thoughts in February, and not allowing yourself to, go into any confusion because of you being sort of overthinking everything, and thinking too much into, things people do and say and all that sort of stuff, because the whip does talk about trouble, tensions, conflict, some sort of fighting. So it's kind of like you, I'm just kind of getting here that it's like you are misreading a situation. You're overthinking something that somebody says to you, and it actually starts a bit of a conflict between you and like a fellow employee, or someone that works for you, or your boss even, maybe even a client. You're overthinking something that they say, and it sends you on the wrong tangent, and you sort of start this argument about this, and you're not actually, they didn't even mean it in that way in the first place, but because I am seeing clearly that this is some sort of argument, like a conversational argument. We do have the birds there as well, which does talk about conversations. Okay, and so I do feel as though there may be like a full-blown argument happening, and it's all sort of happening because you've been overthinking something so much that it has actually clouded your judgment and clouded your perception of something that somebody else has said, maybe. So we do need to make sure that we can turn that conversation into clear communication, sort of getting our point across, and being like, look, when you said this, it made me presume that you meant this. And, clearing the air through clear communication rather than allowing it to, become a quarrel or a fight or tension between you and somebody else in the workplace. Okay, just be very wary that you may be overthinking things here. And once again, on the health aspect there, Aries, the clouds can talk about anxiety issues and even depression issues. So just be wary that if you are someone who is prone to those sorts of things, make sure you're not sort of bringing your conflict to work, that kind of stuff. Having clear conversations with people about, look, I'm actually like having a really bad time at the moment. I'm suffering some really bad anxiety symptoms. Can we work around it like this? Can we please, help me help myself around the workplace by doing this and this, being very clear and communicate. Like, it's just getting that the advice coming through that clear communication is going to be paramount for you during February to avoid those health things escalating for you there. Then when it comes to your finances, we do see you here in the masculine energy, Aries. So very, very logically looking at financial situations during February, being very clear, keeping your emotions out of it, that kind of thing, thinking things through very cleverly and logically, making sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. You checking all the fine print, I feel, with that. They're going over your finances in a very clear, logical manner, which is what finances kind of need. We do also see the child energy, which I am connecting that to that health aspect. So for some of you, that unexpected financial thing is to do with a child's health rather than your own. Okay, so if you are someone with children, making sure that they are well and all that as well, because there may be some unexpected expenses related to a child's health in your life here as well. But ultimately, this health issue doesn't seem to be too dramatic for you. That child energy, for those of you who do not have children, that really just talks about you actually being able to start some, new adventures with your financial situation, and actually, now that you've sort of looked at it logically, you're excited to see the potential growth that your finances will undertake in the future. The child is just beginning of life, so you're kind of watching your finances grow right in front of your eyes, kind of thing. Especially because we do have the stars coming out there as well, which the stars is all about wish fulfillment, dreams coming true, remaining hopeful and optimistic that everything is happening exactly the way that it does need to happen for you here. Find some sort of financial wish definitely has possibility at coming into fruition. I feel like this is towards the end of February, maybe even into March a little bit there, but we definitely may be seeing some sort of financial wish coming in for you during, I'm feeling for some of you that's like you've been wishing that, oh, I wish I had enough money for this. And then, after you've done these checks and balances and you've, logically gone through your finances, and you're like, do you know what? I think if I grow my finances, continue to grow my savings in the right way, that I can actually afford this. And I'm going to go and get that. And, even if you're using, I'm getting, I don't even use it, but it's that Klarna. Is it Klarna Pay? It's sort of like an afterpay sort of situation. Pardon. I'm just hearing that. So even if you're needing to do that sort of thing, you've sort of really weighed it out logically to know whether or not you can afford that, and you're not doing it unreasonably. So you are like, okay, it's fine because I can actually afford those repayments, and there's nothing else that I need to sort of worry about other than, any potential unexpected things. I've made sure I've set aside for unexpected. And then now we're going to focus on, bringing this wish in. I am feeling that for some of you, this is like a brand new fridge, a brand new washer, all those sorts of things, something that you need, and you've been wishing that, oh, I wish I could replace that item. I really wish I could get that item. For some of you, it's something a little bit more dramatic, some sort of thing around the house that It's because I'm getting fridge and washer, but I'm getting that it's like an extra fridge or something like that for some of you, that you are, oh, I really wish I had another fridge. I keep running out of room in my fridge. I really wish I had a deep freezer or something along those lines, and something that you have sort of in the back of your mind. You have been wishing that you could afford that, and all of a sudden here you are finding, do you know what, I can actually get that. I'm going to go and get that, and here it is arriving in your life, end of February. Like I said, maybe a bit into March for some of you there. All right, but heading into March, we do have purpose. All right. I know what I am here to do. This is a big energy, this card, okay? So this is all about finding your life purpose, finding, the purpose that you serve within your current career. What purpose is that career serving you? All those sorts of big questions where you're really looking at, I really enjoy these parts of my job. Maybe my purpose is actually aligned more to do with those specific things rather than the job as a whole. Maybe I can maybe there's, change of department so that I can specialize in that rather than the whole thing. I'm getting all that kind of stuff coming through here, that sort of more like that specializing, like that you're narrowing the field a little bit, and you're knowing exactly which thing I'm shooting for here, rather than the broad scope of I'm kind of getting that right now you're kind of a little bit more broad scopy with your career, and then in March it kind of, you pinpoint a little bit, just a little bit more exactly what gets you going within your career, what makes you feel like that's my purpose. I need to do that. I'm passionate about that. I serve that position much better, that sort of energy. All right, but we'll have a bit of a look here. Okay, Aries. What's going on for Aries in March with their career, please? And finances for Aries during March, please. Finances for Aries during March. Wow, I'm seeing a lot of growth for you during March as well. I just want to clarify that one with the career. Can I just clarify that third card for Aries with their career in March, please? Okay. Cool. All right, so starting off with your career during March, we start off with the tree, Aries. Okay, so here we are with the very start of all that growth that is about to come in for you with your career. Like I said, with that purpose card, it does feel like you're sort of streamlining your purpose a little bit deeper here, and this is what this tree is all about. You're learning a little bit more about yourself. You're learning more about what it takes for you to feel happy and content within your career. For some of you, the tree can sometimes talk about wisdom, so therefore, like education. Some of you may be finding that you're wanting to sort of follow just one branch of training, and sort of stick to just, I just keep getting this funneling kind of energy where it's, the broad scope. It's kind of like your eyesight is all of a sudden going down, and all you can only see one branch. You're not looking at multitasking and doing everything within the broader scope of the career anymore. You're now like specializing. I specialize in this one branch here. Maybe there may be a little bit of extra education or training that you do need to undertake to do so for some of you there. But I really feel like that's what that's all about. It's like this growth within you, this growth within your career, where you're streamlining what it is that you're good at, what it is that you want to be good at, what it is that you want to do longer term here, rather than broad scope. Okay, so I just keep getting that same sort of analogy, that broad scope, currently going down to a specialized thing. In March, you're sort of really finding your purpose within your career, and like laser sight, that straight line to that, rather than multitasking and trying to do everything all at once. We do then have the coffin energy. Okay, which would be completely make a lot of sense if that's what's happening for you here, Aries, that you are sort of dropping off all these other things that I'm like, oh, that's just excess to what I'm doing right now, the broad scope stuff. You drop all that off, close the lid on doing all that, and going down into just this point of one sort of specialized focus. Because the coffin is all about endings that are bringing around new beginnings for you. So I do feel like you are sort of ending out the things that you don't really care for as much, that aren't connected to your purpose, within your career. You're closing the lid on all that sort of extra stuff, and really pinpointing down to this one brand new beginning. You're like, I want to have this brand new beginning. I'm going to go and get, I just keep getting that, for a lot of you, it's like changing departments so that I can do just this department, changing, getting a promotion so I can do just this job rather than having to do, 5 different jobs and all that sort of stuff. It's that streamlining kind of energy once again, and the falling off is, those things that are ending for you is this falling off energy, of the things that just aren't suiting you 100%. They're not sort of suiting your purpose here. But we do see, there is a little bit of emotion connected with it all. We do have the moon there. It can be a very emotional energy. It's also, I'm really getting for you, Aries, this is all about you following your intuition and saying to yourself, I want to be on that branch. I'm going to that branch. I don't care about all these other branches. I'm going to drop them all off and focus on that one particular branch. So I feel like this is a lot more to do about your intuition, but it also is the card of beauty and luck. All right, so I do feel that some of you, your purpose is connected a little bit more to, the beauty side of your career. Regardless of whether no matter what industry you're in, there is always that more aesthetically pleasing portions of your job. Like it may, and that's going to be different for everybody again too, because you may be somebody, like for example, if you're a welder. I don't know much about welding at all, but like if you're a welder, there's a certain thing where, welders, they get an immense satisfaction from seeing that beautiful smooth welded line without any, bumps and mistakes and ridges, and that is the beauty that I'm seeing here. Coming out of your purpose is there's this weird beauty in it, and I'm getting told, some people find a lot of beauty in like numbers and stuff like that. So, maybe that's what you're like, I've been doing this job for a while. I really actually like the accounting side of the job, and I'm really good at the accounting side of everything. I'm going to be an accountant, and like streamlining to accounting. There's some sort of odd beauty and satisfaction for you in that, and it's all about the beauty that you see. Doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, like, because there's no way in hell that I would find, numbers beautiful, or, although just getting that Christmas meme, because since we've just been through Christmas, and there's that Christmas meme about, the folding the paper, and it's like it matches up perfectly, and it's like, there's a beauty in that sort of weird stuff, and I would like really enjoy that. The organisational side of numbers I enjoy, but not the actual mathematical side. So I was just sort of correcting myself, don't worry. But the beauty and the luck coming through here, that you're finding, this inherent beauty in your purpose for this career here. There's some sort of, and it's coming through as really bizarre beauty, like something that I personally would probably not find aesthetically pleasing, that you are actually really attracted to and inspired by. So it's coming through. It's going to be different for everyone, of course, but when I've clarified that, we do have the key. Okay, so the key is all about opening brand new doors for yourself, new opportunities, and every single door that you're going to open here leads you to success, Aries. So as a career card, that is probably one of the best cards to see in a career reading, because it really does show us, especially as the last card for your reading, clarifying other energies, that it is actually everything here is leading you to a lot of success for yourself and success with your life's purpose, which is a super important thing. Some people in this world don't even, get success within their life purpose in this lifetime, so it's really beautiful. All right. When it comes to finances during March, we do see the rider, and that has come out with the tower. Okay, so straight away, that lets me know there's some news on the way from, I feel like from most of you, this is something from the past. With the tower, it definitely can be something government related. Okay, so it can be like a government check or a government tax that you lodged and you'd forgotten all about. So it's kind of like past energy. It is feeling like this is something you've totally forgotten all about. But I'm just getting that, for some of you, it's somehow government related. That it's like a check coming to you from the government is what I keep getting here. It may not be the government. It may be like public works type places, like, the water bill. You overpaid the water bill. Here's a check back. You overpaid your last electricity at your last house. Here's a check for the excess. All that sort of random stuff is what I'm definitely getting coming here, and it's good news on the way, right? And it's coming from your past or from something government related here, and it's bringing about the tree energy growth. Okay, looking after yourself financially. So it's kind of feeling like a little bit of a nest. I'm getting nest egg with that tree as well, because birds use trees to make their nest. But it really is. It's feeling like and I'm actually getting like family tree as well. So for some of you, this may be some sort of government, some ancestral government thing. I don't understand that message. Okay, I don't understand that message, but I was getting some sort of ancestral government related payment. So I have no idea what that could be. If that's for you, you may know what that is. All right, but it may be linked somehow to ancestral stuff or family tree related stuff, and let me know in the comments if you know anything like that, because I just can't think of anything that makes sense for. But once again, it's different in different countries. So, who knows what other country governments do. I'm like, our government's bad enough, guys. Like, I'm having enough fun trying to keep up with that, let alone all the other countries in the world and what happens with you guys. But ultimately, we do see some sort of growth with your finances coming through at the end of March. All right, so that is once again looking very positive. That does feel like that's some sort of check showing up and growing your finances unexpectedly in March. All right, Aries, but that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check your other placements, of course. Hopefully I will see you all again soon.